good team. The guards make tough shots. Higgins is an elite big guy. Our pressure is usually very effective against the great majority of teams. We couldn't pressure their guards. So they're really good. I think the reason we won is there's a few. 7 turnovers for a game is terrific. Our big guy's doing a good job and battling Higgins because he could have done even more damage, and battling a big, strong team with an elite rebounder, just like even on the boards, was really significant. Obviously, the free throw shooting was really significant. But we could get better. I mean, the strength of our team will continue to be our guards. And Ramon was playing hurt and in foul trouble. And, they have good guards too. Sam and Tyreek are going to play better. So I think we're going to get better. I really, really do. Our effort's going to stay consistent. And we've been doing a good job not turning it over. They were very hard to defend. Like them scoring and shooting a good percentage, that was not as much to do with our defense as it is their talent and their unselfishness and making some tough shots sometimes. So I just think we didn't play great, and we beat a great team because we didn't turn over, made some free throws, and our big guys did some good things. And again, when you know what our guards could do, you know that we're going to play better than that in the future from those positions. So I'm just thrilled on every level.
Comment on Steve's performance tonight. Obviously, going against a guy like Jamel Higgins is a really tough assignment for him, and he had 19 and 8.
Yeah. Again, I thought he was clearly our most improved player in the offseason. This time last year, I just try to explain to people who maybe haven't played or been a freshman themselves at some point. Certainly, most people aren't 6'11", but I've talked forever about the difficulty that big post players have adjusting to college basketball. They're not in great shape. The college court everything's longer, everything's faster. They play against their own size, guys their own size every night. Guards always play against other good guards. But there's not many good big guys out there. They're just not used to going up against guys like that every night. And of course, fundamentally, they have to do so many things other than just stand near the basket like most big guys do in high school. So Steve learned, and he worked, and he's been tough, and he's been motivated. Probably most importantly, he got in great shape. I mean, he was able to play 38 minutes, and he could have went longer. And there are not many guys Steve's size in the kind of shape that he's in right now. And it's not only allowed him to play, but it's made him faster, quicker, stronger. He's really improved. I mean, I expected him to improve, but he made a big jump.
Ramon obviously was in a lot of foul trouble. You also mentioned he was a little banged up.
Yeah. He fell on his hip really hard Monday. Went up to block a shot and somersaulted over someone's shoulder and fell on his hip from 4 feet up in the air. So he's a tough guy, and he played hurt. He played in foul trouble. He's a big-time player, and he still played good defense. Had 4 assists, 1 turnover. He's going to have a great year.
Coach, I'm not sure if it was coming from the bench or if it was just what Tyreek was seeing, but down the stretch, it seemed like you were making a pointed effort to get it in, Steve. Was that? I mean, you wouldn't expect that.
You're right. Sometimes you try to go into a certain guy, but in that case, we were just kind of getting it to the open person. Steve was posted up strong, and he had people on his back, and our guys play unselfishly the great majority of the time, and I just think they threw it to the open guy, and Steve was open because he's a big target, and he was posting up strong.
Ramon's usually guarded the opposing team's best perimeter player, and I noticed you had him on 3 instead of Sadler. Can you talk about what you saw from him?
We really, and again, he didn't have the help to do it, but Ramon's ball pressure on point guards is second to none. He sets the team for the tone for the whole team. And Tariq was more of a scorer last year, didn't play the point a lot. We really thought Ramon could bother him and just disrupt their whole team and getting into their offense. And he just didn't have the physical comfort to do that. But that was the thought behind it. And Sam's a great defender. And again, we switch so much on defense that who guards the best player is a pretty overrated thing in our program. It's, we switch on screens, so different guys end up on good players, and we expect them all to be good defenders.
So can you comment on the atmosphere and sport again?
Yeah, now it's coaches look at a lot of things in terms of what makes a team good, what makes a program successful. And if you look at the RPI from any year and look at the NCAA and NIT teams, you see teams that are average on the road, you see teams with losing records on the road, but they all win at home. It's non-negotiable. You could go on the road and lose some games. You could even be a team that struggles on the road, but you have to have a great home court advantage and a great record at home. And the reason we're now, I think, 19-3 in our last 22 home games is we have good players, but our atmosphere now is really good. Our students were terrific. It's great. The alums came out for homecoming, and any player or coach will tell you that energy helps you play better. So, you know, you know, you want your school to have pride in your team and vice versa, and games like this are just great things for the campus. Hopefully we've made them proud, and we're definitely proud to be here at a great school and a place where homecoming brings out the kind of loyalty that you saw today.
I think the fact that you don't only have good players, but it seems like you have somewhat likable players.
You know, we got away from the good kid thing. You know, there's an old joke that they said for us years ago that, you know, they say, oh, he's a good guy. He was in the holdup, but he didn't have the gun. He just drove the good getaway car. He's a good guy. He's not that bad. You know, everything's been watered down in our society. So good really means average. Good means that you aren't a criminal. And certainly we need better than that. And everyone wants better than that. We have great kids. We don't have good kids. We have great kids. They're not perfect. We talked about them not doing anything foolish tonight. But I think they're great kids. They're easy to coach. They're a pleasure to be around. And it's easy, hopefully, for fans to support kids like that.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach. Thanks, guys.